As night falls on New Albany, hundreds of people come together in what might be the largest turnout to a campus rally. This is in response to a reported racial attack on 3 black female students over the weekend. The students say about a dozen white men and women yelled racial slurs at them on a CDTA bus Saturday morning. When the bus arrived on campus, the students say no one helped them as the group began kicking and punching them. One of the students in that incident speaking out emotionally for the first time.
We are shocked, upset, but we will remain unbroken. We are proud of who we are. Black women.
University and Albany police are investigating, reviewing CDTA bus video and cell phone video from witnesses. Meanwhile, the hundreds of people here say they're joining the fight against racism.
We need somebody to represent us and somebody to stick out for us, just like we're all here for.
Activists say the incident this weekend goes beyond what happened on that bus. They say it speaks to a grave injustice towards black women nationwide.
Here lies the problem. This occurrence isn't anything new. Black women have been squished under the palms of the white man's and woman's hands. Isn't anything new. Black women have been squished under the palms of the white man's and woman's hands.
Well, we might as well put that piece of fiction to the side right away. 60% of black women are raped before the age of 18. 95% of those rapes are not reported. Why don't we ask Melissa Harris Perry why that is?
Now, so this challenge that you're laying out to me as we're talking is one that feels familiar to some Western civil rights movements as well. So I start with a little bit of trepidation in this conversation, in part because I know that some of the critiques of this is the very idea that Western press, that those who are not from these nations, who are not Muslim ourselves, who are not part of these traditions, can look at your article and say, ugh, look at how horrible those men or those societies or that religion is. And it's something, it's part of why, for example, we have an underreporting of rape and domestic violence in African American communities, because we know the violence enacted on black men by police, so we often don't call, right?
This story is getting stranger and stranger. This popped up on Instagram last night, but I think apparently it was taken down pretty soon after. It comes from a guy who was on the bus. From all the tweets from the actual girl, I've seen that she said it was her 3 friends, racial slurs were thrown, and that 10 to 12 white males and females attacked them. And she said one of them was on the ground and they continued to kick them, and how they all went to the hospital. And I really did not see any of that. It's really strange, honestly. One of the white girls fighting when she came off the bus had scratches on her face. One of the black girls had their extensions pulled out. I did not see a single guy put a hand on a girl. Okay, let's go up to level 2, strangeness. And a little message from Tyreek Burwell. Anybody recognize that name? Oh, Tyreek has a little blue check mark next to his name. I wonder what that means. Well, Tyreek has a message for the guy who just left that message before, that Instagram before, whose name was Will. So Tyreek, here comes Tyreek. Will, just found out you were one of the dudes that put your hands on my little sister. Hope the police get to you before I do. About a month ago, I had one of my buddies who's a judge send me an email where he said I was not exactly using the word assault and battery correctly. And it all involved the idea that an assault is not necessarily punching somebody in the face. Assault is threatening to punch somebody in the face. That's what they arrested that crazy Medusa-like teacher for a couple days ago, the one who said, "Hey, I need some muscle here to get rid of this reporter." They arrested her for assault. Anyway, so who is this Tyreek Burwell? Anyway, he's got a nice little blue check mark next to his name. Hey, there's Tyreek. Maybe the blue check mark is because he's a member of the San Diego Charger football team and he's 300 pounds. 6'5". He's a rookie. Wow. Going to get that rookie season off to a good start, big man. I like the way at this rally everybody was saying, well, it's not just involving this bus ride. It's really about lots of other stuff, too, that happens all the time. That, white guys are always beating up black women for no reason whatsoever. It happens all the time. So even if this little episode on the bus is proven to be a hoax, then everybody will be able to say, oh, yeah, well, we didn't really care about that bus anyway. We cared about other stuff. Man, how many of these hoaxes have we seen over the last couple months? How many? I mean, there was a story I just did a video on this a couple days ago. There was a story about a woman who set herself on fire. She said the Ku Klux Klan did it. Then another woman at Oberlin College. She said she was being chased around the campus by a bunch of members of the Ku Klux Klan on Oberlin College. I'm sorry, but this is over and over and over. You know, when they go in to investigate these hate crimes now, I think the operative hypothesis going in is that it's a fake. There's a lot of them out there. We document a lot of them here. Is this one a fake? Well, I'll tell you what, of all the stuff that was said at that rally the other night, about 70% of it was not true. 30% seems untrue. But CNN loved it because it was part of the great lie of this generation, which CNN cannot get enough of. Black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything, especially why cops are always picking on black people for no reason whatsoever, and especially why white guys are always beating the hell out of black women and sending them to the hospital. Then coming around later saying, oh, well, nothing really happened except you got your hair extension pulled out. Lots and lots and lots of black on white crime and violence on college campuses. We showed how much the other night, we did the first video on this, go check it out. We showed how much of that exists on this campus, around the campus, an enormous amount. So if you're on a college campus, you're on a bus with a bunch of black women, they look like they have hair extensions on, and one of them's looking at you and saying she's tired of all these white people putting their hands on black women because it's been happening for 86 million years. Well, you should remember just one thing. Maybe remember this before you even get on the bus. Don't make the black kids angry.